Good morning, David Atkins, target individual. I'm back again with another video. Today, I found some information about manufactured chaos. Good information. And don't worry, I'm trying to figure out how to put this stuff in the description. However, when I go to copy and paste what I'm reading, it will not let me copy and paste. So I will figure out a way around it. Just be patient. Um, And, I don't know if you noticed the post I did last night about response. Well, after I posted that stuff, it said no response is a powerful response. Remember that. And, after I posted it on YouTube, I got drones and lasers hitting the house all night last night to get a response. And I messed up and they got a response. But however, just because you do respond, don't give up. Just learn. It's easier said than done, because they want these responses to go in this supercomputer. And I'm going to explain a little bit more about that in a minute. I'm going to come from Psalms 37. Beautiful psalm. It explains to a T what's going on, in my opinion, or I can relate it to what's going on. 37, 16, and 17. A little that a righteous man has is better than the riches of many wicked. For the arms of the wicked shall be broken, but the Lord upholds the righteous. Okay. Manufactured chaos is one of the main ways government contractors gain control over a victim's psyche. When you're too busy trying to defend yourself against stalking and gaslighting and the accusations and problems they generate, then you have less time to see reality for what it is. It is not just isolation, but a form of cognitive containment by sensory deprivation from normal relationships, conversations, and situations that are part of a daily life. This is why they target their victims heavily in church and social media to prevent their victims from developing support networks. The reality is that government contractors use organized stalking and gaslighting to instigate crazy-making arguments trying to provoke you into emotional responses that can be remotely measured and integrated back into the remote neuromonitoring data while constantly discrediting you by repetitively sabotaging your daily activities. Solution? Remove yourself from the hamster wheel of chaos altogether. Ignore them. Sociopaths and psychopaths, informant provocateurs, are notorious for something known as triangulation, pitting two or more people against one another. This is a way to provoke you into reacting. When placed in constant triangle of trouble, opt out of the competition. Stay clear of the provocateurs, both tangibly street theater and electronically such as social media cyber theater. Social media is where the provocateurs go to hunt new victims. Another tactic they use is stonewalling. And I'm going to stop right there. If I told you some of the stuff they were doing to my body, well, the TIs wouldn't think it was crazy, but the viewers would think it was crazy. See, they will torture you in ways where if you talk about it, you seem crazy. And it seemed impossible. But it's not impossible by no means. Okay, stonewalling is achieved by way of conversational situation scenarios to create chaos and then immediately shutting down the conversation or situation before the victims have a chance to remedy the problem. It is when a provocateur creates a problem or chaos in your life, then withdraws from the conversation or situation and refuses to address your concerns. The stonewalling manipulator may choose to outright ignore your request for help, respond with dismissive, invalidating replies, or evade respondingly appropriately altogether by giving vague responses that refuse to answer your original questions. Often stonewalling and the silent treatment go hand in hand as the abuser refuses to speak to the victim for long periods of time. It works well when influence mapping and negative associative condition by targeting friends and family members of the target individual to turn against the victim. A pattern of chronic stonewalling can be debilitating, as research shows that receiving the cold shoulder and the silent treatment activates the same area of the brain that detects physical pain. Manufacturing chaos and stonewalling evoke excessive anxiety, fear, and persistent sense of self-doubt in their victims. The sociopaths, hot-headed, and psychopaths, cold-blooded, thrive off the power and control they receive as they continue to pull the strings of the victim like a master puppeteer. Government contract uses direct energy to deprive you of sleep, to keep you exhausted, to keep both your mind and body in a state of chaos so you cannot sleep clearly or act in ways that benefit your well-being. They then capitalize off the mistakes and poor decisions they force to the target individual to make, trying to function and survive each day. During sleep, the immune system performs a host of vital regenerative functions that are absolutely necessary for a healthy mind and body in a waking life. When a person is deprived of sleep, the immune system becomes unable to perform these functions. The negative effects become much more intense when people are harassed and attacked daily, already sick, injured, or traumatized. Whatever bodily damage they have suffered will not heal fast. Whatever pain they're feeling will get worse. Whatever new bodily or psychological damage threatens them will be harder to defend against. Forcibly depriving a person of sleep is a profound assault on the entire biological system at the foundation of that person's mind and body. Manufactured chaos allows informant provocateurs to keep you on the hamster wheel trying to figure out their intentions and next move, continuously second guessing yourself. They try to train you to question what you did wrong rather than holding them accountable for their actions. They convince you that setting boundaries or expressing discomfort with their disturbing antics is the problem rather than a solution. Is the problem rather than their behavior. Informant provocateurs are well known for a tactic known as baiting. They deliberately provoke you so that you emotionally react and swallow their blame shifting hook, line, and sinker. When you fall for it, the sociopaths and psychopaths go to greater lengths to create circular conversations that go nowhere. They use these conversations as a space for their stalking, gaslighting, emotional invalidation, and false projection. In their warped reality, they are not fault. They're not at fault. In their warped reality, they are not at fault. They don't think they're at fault. Their tactics also work to disarm you and exhaust you to the point where you're unable to fight back, defend yourself, or engage in care. And that's all I got today. And, this is deep stuff right here. This little video is very important, and I'm going to have to figure out how you can read it. But if not, if I can't figure it out, I'm going to figure it out. But anyway, yeah, they're frying us day and night. And different shielding works for different things, but it don't work all the time. They can always change frequencies and beat the shielding. No shielding, remember, no shielding you find will work 24/7. Some days it might work, some days it don't, depending on the frequency they hit you with. And I don't care who says they've been shielded, they got something that works 100%. I have never seen nothing that worked 100% every day, all day, because they always change up the frequencies. They'll just hit another frequency. And I was gonna let me see. Let me see if I got it in this thing, because I was going to share one more thing before I got off here, and it might be in this one, because this is some important information too, just to go to real quick. It's just one little phrase I'm trying to get y'all to remember, and especially if you're trying to run from this to another state or whatever. Well, I cannot find it, but it was very important. Yeah, I can't find it. But anyway, I got fried. I ain't got no money for no shielding. I'm disabled, waiting on disability. I have no income. Every month I have to put up a GoFundMe or put my PayPal just to get rent, or I'll be homeless. And I was homeless from 2014 to 2023, in October or 22 last year, October. When I spent 45 days in the hospital from falling out from a direct energy weapon attack that left my left leg partially paralyzed. And now I don't have no Medicaid. They won't give me Medicaid, so I can't go to the doctor. But but they want me to go to doctors to help my case, and I have no money. So, they got me where they want me. And most target individuals are homeless or have their jobs ruined or sabotaged where they have nobody. I mean, most real target individuals are that way. Not saying all of them, but, and it's crazy. And, somebody told me your God's not going to save you. Well, my God's already saved me. It's a mind state. I'm getting tortured every day, but I've dealt with the fact that the only help I can get is God. Sure, we can rise up, but how, if the judges are in on this, and how's when everybody's watching each other's back, how are we going to get them to turn? And I hope we can. I pray, but it's like a friend of mine said, MK Ultra got exposed. It got exposed. And they apologized to the victims, but did they compensate them? No. And it never stopped. They acted like it stopped. MK Ultra is still going on today. It's just called different things. And those target individuals are the new MK Ultra victims. It's all research and development. We are research and development test subjects. They're testing out this stuff. And I hate to tell these people who say, oh, he's crazy. Well, it ain't happening to me. I'm not worried about it. Why do you think they're researching and developing it? So they can use it to everybody, control society as a whole. Yeah, that's facts. So yeah, they're not just doing this for a little short time, then they're going to stop. No, they're researching it, and when they get it under control, they can have the whole world under control while they sit back. Then they don't have to worry about nothing. They can torture anybody they want at will. So, research and development. Remember that. And there's 3 main ways they target you. Neuroscience, weapons, direct energy, all that's neuroscience. Psychology, and satanic ritual abuse. It's 3 main things they use to target us. Studies and stuff. So anyway, I suggest that you can either watch some stuff from Project Soul Catcher. I have the whole book of guinea pigs in my videos. I went through, you'll have to go through my videos, but every chapter of guinea pigs is covered. Like one video, I'll do one chapter, So if you can't find or you don't feel like reading, you can listen to me read. I'm trying to help, man. I don't care about subscribers. It's nice to have subscribers because the more subscribers you have, they might share your content. But the only reason I want my content shared, the only reason I want my voice to be heard, the only reason I want people to like my stuff is so word gets out to people and people wake up. If I'd have seen all this stuff, all this information out here, if I'd have known that when I first started, I thought I was going crazy. I'm getting burnt. They're pumping V2K in my head. The whole world's stalking me. I thought I was nuts. I'm like, man, how did I go from sane to insane in a couple of days? And then, if I'd have had these videos along, it would have saved me a lot of heartache, man. I would never try to kill myself again. But in 2015, I cut my throat. I cut my wrist. Real attempts, not no fake attempts. And I could show you, this ain't no, real attempts. 14 stitches in my wrist, 17 stitches and staples in my throat. I took a whole bottle of Haldol pill, was in a coma 5 days. My dad was an hour away from coming to pull the plug, and I pop out, rip my catheter out, and check out AMA. I was going crazy. But if I'd have understood it a little bit more and a little bit better, and also, I'm convinced that, I am, well, I'm not going to cover that today, but, I'm in a little bit deeper program. Not saying that I'm any special than y'all, but, I'll explain it one day. I'm just not ready to talk about it right now. But anyway, yeah, if I'd have known all this stuff's going on, or, it's just hard to explain. I'm not ready to go into it right now, but, yeah, but you can go to my testimony under here and you can watch my testimony and it'll say, what I'm trying to say. I just don't like talking about it because, I don't want to give no power to that no more. It's a past of my life. And, I have to make time. I get breaks during the day, okay? For the most part, the way my torture goes, they'll burn me for a few hours. They might let off 15, 20 minutes, and then they'll burn me again. Different parts of the body, they alternate. They might get my legs. They might get my head. and then they might get my stomach. I'm lucky there's plenty of nausea pills here. Zolfran, Phenergan, them are good nausea pills to take when you're getting a gut shot. And people that know what gut shot is know what I'm talking about. When they make you nauseated, it works. Also, I keep a cold towel in the freezer. I got 2 of them in the freezer. When they start burning my head, making my head hot, and frying my head, I'll get one out of the freezer. They're going to be stiff, but you just pull it apart. You want a hand towel. As a matter of fact, here's one. You want a hand towel. Actually, you want one wider than that. Wider right here. And you want to put it wet it, put it in the freezer. And it's going to be frozen stiff, but you want to do this when you're getting burnt, and you want to put it over your head. And it's not going to stop it, but it's going to cool it down to where 80% of your head is cool, and it's not affecting you that much anymore. The other day I was in a Zoom call, and they started hitting me. And if that person's watching this video, that person I don't want to put her Zoom call out there or whatever, but she can feel free to comment as a witness. My ears got hot. I went to the freezer. I got a towel. My ears got hot. My brain was burning, and my ears were blood red just instantly. And the whole time I was in the Zoom call, I had one of them cold towels over me, trying to talk and manage while I'm participating in the Zoom call, So this stuff's really going on. And, I advise y'all, like I said, I'm not worried about subscribers. It's good that you subscribe so you can keep up with it and you can share my content. But this ain't no competition. This is exposing and getting truth out there and helping everybody. Helping people, especially the new targets, because they need to know what's going on, understand that they're not crazy. This stuff's real. And they need to understand what's happening when they're getting burned alive, fried alive in their homes, and how their homes become a concentration camp. And they got a whole grid. That's what I think it is. It's a grid, invincible grid in your home where they can burn you anytime they want. But anyway, God bless y'all. I hope y'all have a good day. I know a lot of us out there are struggling. They turn the targeting up 10 times worse on us. My advice to y'all, man, just keep your head up. Don't give up. Am I saying, for me, my help is God. That's the only help I'm ever going to get because I've been in this program a long time. The only way I can, and then it came to my head last night. Well, I don't really think the courts is a way to go, but that's my opinion. I'm not telling you not to join the courts. You do whatever you're led to. I'm not here to tell anybody what to do, but for me, I'm trying to figure out how to disrupt this AI machine, how to disrupt this system, how to disrupt all this stuff and perps and all that, try to shut it down that way. And not with violence. So don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to say because I don't provoke violence to perps or nothing. Unless somebody's trying to hurt you, then you got to do what you got to do. But anyway, I'm just trying to think of how to put this. Everybody's got to find their own way. Things that help you cope when you get hit. Things that help you cope when you get stalked. Because you're going to have to do that until help does come, if it does. Which I'm convinced, I'm convinced that, this smart dust and stuff that we got in our brains that gets activated or whatever, we're not the only ones that's got it. They just haven't activated it in everybody else because they're perfecting it. But anyway, God bless y'all. That's just my ramblings. But the first part of information was real good information. Please share it everywhere. And, share my videos. Try to help other people. If you're talking with a target individual and you watch my channel and they're talking about having trouble with understanding how a whole group of people can stalk them, then you can go to one of my videos that talk about that and explain it. Or you can explain it yourself. It don't matter. As long as, because I feel bad for the people who are new, who going through this, they don't even realize what a target individual is, because I didn't even know what a target individual was in 2015, 2014. I didn't even know. I really didn't find out about this, what exactly the extent, till 2018. Anyway, God bless you. I'm rambling on. God bless y'all. Y'all have a good day.